Indawo lapho sinyela khona ke sithimba le-Insimbi news ngingwandiswa Mchunu ke ngisho ukuthi sisiphekile izindaba sazibonda seyiphaka manje sanibona. Undunankulu kwaZulu Natal uNomzana Usihle ezikalala ke phelezelwe umphathiswa womnyango wezempilo bathule uhlu lwezinhlelo abanazo njengoba ke izibalo zabaqo ubhubhane le-COVID-19 kulesifundazwe ke ziqhubeka aziqonga phezulu. Umphathiswa womnyango wezempilo unkosikazi noMagugu Simelane Zulu udalile ukuthi ke bengo 30,000 abantu abagomela i-COVID-19 ngosuku kulesifundazwe. Lokho kuzoholela ke ekugomeni kwabantu abango 7.2 million ngoMarch 31, 2022. Usemelane Zulu uphinde ke waphawula ngodaba labanikazi bezitolo abanikeza abathengi babo ke izephulelo uma sebegomele phela yona i-COVID-19. Ungqongqoshe ke uSemelane Zulu unabakabanzi ngalolu daba.
We do not have a challenge of access of vaccines in the province. We have more than enough in our facilities. We have more than enough in the whole province, which would include your rural areas. So we do call on people to actually come and get vaccinated. The challenge that we have had in the last week or so is what the Premier was indicating, that we had seen a decline in numbers of people that actually were coming to vaccinate. And that is what we were worried about. And hence the Premier has given us a report from SAPRA on the 29 fatalities that were reported to the regulatory body, and an implication at the time was that they passed on because of being vaccinated. And of course, the report we are receiving from SAPRA is that it is not the case indeed. We found that report, when it initially came out, it did make our people, or it did make communities, or some communities, to worry a little bit, and as a result our numbers of people who were vaccinating really went down. So we do have enough vaccines throughout the province. Of course, we have also embarked on a number of different strategies on how do we ensure that our communities get vaccinated. One of them is the drive-through campaigns that we have. We have started with it in King Cetshwayo municipality in partnership with Umhlatuze municipality, where people come in their own cars. They don't have to get out. Our own health workers actually just go to their cars and they vaccinate them at that point. So it is something that we are working on, and we will be rolling out in the rest of the province, particularly in urban sites where we have enough space for us to be able to run a program like that. We have found that it's extremely exciting, and you find a lot of people that are interested, and they come and get vaccinated, because some people don't come to our vaccinating sites because they think they might get infected by just sitting there and waiting for vaccines. So these drive-through programs are also ensuring that they cover those, and they ensure that those that are worried, they actually are catered for. We've also established or came up with a number of programs. One of those programs is a program that we are calling an influencers program, where we visit different areas and we have influencers who firstly get vaccinated themselves, and then they start talking to the different communities that they are engaging with, and ensuring that they pass the message. How do they feel? They're vaccinated. Are they having any adverse effects and so forth? The latest program that we had was with Ikakas FM, which is one of the big stations in KwaZulu Natal. The whole, or the majority of the workers there came and were vaccinated, and they were able to actually speak to the communities through their shows and indicate what has actually happened and what participated while they were vaccinating. And we are calling on everyone. We don't have a particular partnership with one sector. Any other person who is an influencer is more than welcome to come and work with us. We would love to go with the majority of the community radio stations. We'd love to go with any radio station. When I say the radio station, I'm not just talking about one person who is a commentator there, but the whole management, so that everyone is safe. So we are working on having those kinds of partnerships that we will be implementing. We have been talking to, or we have also been taking the different MECs together with the Premier to go and vaccinate with the leadership of the particular district that they vaccinate in. And we have found that the leadership is often quite excited, because you would then have Amakosi in the area, you would have your religious leaders, you would have your traditional health practitioners participating in the program. It is quite exciting. This week we are going to be vaccinating with Deputy Minister Nzuza, who actually comes from the province of KwaZulu-Natal, and he is going to be part of our program. So we have found that a lot of people are coming up and are saying, use my stature to be able to influence other people, and that's what we are going to be doing. I just thought, let me speak to that, Mr. Mabaso, so that we give a bigger picture on what are the other programs that are there. Shirley, you were asking about a particular shop that has issued discounts and whether we as the Department of Health agree with that. Let me firstly indicate and insist that vaccinating is not compulsory, and it would be unconstitutional for us as a department and as a country to force anyone to vaccinate. As a result, that is why a few months back I would give a report that about 60 or 70% of our health workers have vaccinated. Of course, that number has now increased because they keep on coming. It's purely because we cannot force anyone. Everyone has a right to their own religious beliefs. Everyone has a right to decide whether they want to participate or not. Of course, we encourage people to come. So when shops say they are offering a discount, it is not in partnership with the Department of Health, but I believe they are trying to play their own role as community leaders to try and assist government in ensuring that they encourage people to go and vaccinate. The important thing for us is that whatever shops that are having these adverts are not saying you will not come through our doors unless you have vaccinated, and they are not saying we will not sell you anything unless you have vaccinated, because had they been doing that, then that would really go or fly against the Constitution. When they say it's a discount, well, you know, a discount in any shop is at the mercy of the owners. And maybe at some point when we engage with National, we might be able to get a proper sense of what is the take of National on the matter. But so far, it is what they are doing, and we believe they are trying to assist government in getting as many people as possible to vaccinate. The issue of J&J being a problem when it comes to the patients that have clots or the patients that are clotting generally. Let me start by saying any patient that comes to the Department of Health to vaccinate is always asked about their comorbidities, is always asked about their previous medical history. The intention of that is so that the clinician or the nurse that is sitting in front of them at that particular time is able to provide proper advice, because it might not just be J&J, even Pfizer, depending on what comorbidities I have as a person, might have an adverse effect if I have not been given proper advice. So the intent and the reason why we also have doctors in our different vaccination centers is so that that kind of advice is given properly. So any person who comes to our vaccinating site are firstly asked about their medical history, and they are given proper advice on whether they should proceed with this vaccination, yes, or the other, or they should not vaccinate at all. For instance, you would find that some people will come into our facilities and they would have flu-like symptoms, and you find that they have not tested, they don't know whether they are COVID positive or not. And we would then say to those, please go and test first, so that we know that you are not positive, you are not COVID-19 positive. Then only then can we be able to vaccinate you. So I would not want to target a particular brand of a vaccination, but I want to confirm and assure our people that when you get to the vaccinating site, please also disclose your own medical history. If you have concerns, if you have worries, speak to the person in front of you. They will indeed provide you with the correct advice on how to proceed moving forward.
Khona manje lokundunankulu uphawulileke ngezinhlelo ke uhulumeni nazo ukulekelela ke kusimamiseni umnotho ke emuva kwezibhelu ezakamuva esikhahlameze kumnotho wakusona phela lesifundazwe asicaphune kondunankulu usihle zikalala nayena bakabanzi kalolu daba.
To the MEC for clarifying issues that were asked. There is a question from, I think it's Gagasi as well as Independent. We would want to respond direct. Firstly, we don't want to be detracted by fake news. But secondly, we are not taking anything for granted. We have received, and some people have reported also, about the posters that are in the social media saying that on the 23rd there will be a shutdown. And we have reported this to law enforcement agencies, and we believe they are ready for that. And we would want to assure all people of KwaZulu-Natal that there is no such a shutdown, and we would want to ensure them and guarantee the safety that the police and other law enforcement agencies will be all over to protect them. It is a normal working day. The 23rd is the normal working day, and we don't want to be detracted by anything. NgesiZulu sizwile ngembiko ethi kunama posters athi kune shutdown ngomhla ka-23. Njengohulumeni sesirikwa engagile sawabikela amaphoyisa nabo bonke abaphethe umthetho ukuthi bakwazi ukuzilungiselela ukuthi sivikele abantu bakwaZulu Natal nengqalazinda nakho konke namabhizinisi. Siyafuna ukuqinisekisa ukuthi umhla ka-23 usuku olunormal, usuku lokusebenza, isecurity soqinisekisa ukuthi isesimeni, but siyafuna ukuthi futhi singade siphambaniswa into eyivela kwi-social media, kodwa akusho ukuthi sizothatha izinto for granted. Sizoprepare siqinisekisa ukuthi siyakulungiselela ukuvikela abantu beprovince ukuthi amabhizinisi aqhubeka asebenze ngokujwayelekile, izikole iqhubeke isebenze, ama-office kahulumeni asebenze ngokuyikho. Uma ngibuyela ku ngqikithi namuhla siyafuna ukuqala sibonge abezindaba ngokuqhubeka njalo bebamsana nathi ekutheni sikwazi ukucacisela abantu bakwaZulu Natal ngesimo sokulwisana ne-COVID-19 nangezinye izinto ezibalekile. Siyafisa ukuthi sibathulele isigqoko abeyindaba. Siyakholwa ukuthi mzukwane umlando wokulwa nokunqotshwa kwalesi sifo sobhubhane i-COVID-19 iqhaza labezindaba liyobalulwa li-highlightwe njengelibe negalelo elikhulu. Uqala nje i-COVID-19 kanye nezidubedube lezi esibe nazo ngoJuly kulimaze kakhulu umnotho wesifundazwe sethu. Njengohulumeni sinohlelo oluphelele lwestrategy lokulwisana nalesimo esibe kuso, sivuselele sakhe umnotho ngokuqinile. Yingakho ke kuleli sonto esivela kulo sambele ePitoli la sihlangane khona namanxusa amele amazwe angaphezulu kuka-40. Sikhuluma nabo sibabriefa ngesimo esibhekene naso, sibuyisa futhi ithemba. Siyabonga ukuthi bonke bazinikele bavuma ukuthi bazosebenzisana nathi. Bavuma ukuthi zonke inkampani ezikhona kwaZulu Natal bazobamsana nathi ukuthi zivuselelwe ziqhubeke isebenze, kodwa futhi bazoqhubeka banxenxe neinkampani ezingaphandle ukuthi zize kwaZulu Natal. Siyafuna ukuqinisekisa uhlelo lwethu lokuvuselela umnotho luphelele, lubheka zonke izinto. Uhlelo lokuqala kumbe okokuqala nje kulolu hlelo ukuthi siqinise ukusebenza komthetho, restoration of law and order. Okwesibili ukuthi sakhe izinkundla zokuxoxisana ukuze kube khona ukuthula nobumbano nokubambisana ebantwini. Okwesithathu ukuthi sikhulise umnotho ngokunxenxa amabhizinisi ukuthi aqhubeke asebenze nangokunxenxa i-investment ukuthi kube khona abatshali izimali abezayo kwiprovince. Okwesine ukuthi sikwazi ukubheka la sibona khona ukuthi ngase kube neyingozi eyiphazamisa ukuthula nenhlalakahle yabantu bakithi singenelele ngesikhathi. Okugcina ukuqinisekisa ukuthi zonke izinto nemikhankaso ekhulisa umnotho i-implementwa ngokusheshsha nangendlela ehlangene edidiyelwe ukuze sikwazi ukusheshsha ukubuyisela umnotho esimeni esiyiso. Uma ke sizobuyela odabeni lwe-COVID-19 okuyingqikithi yale media briefing yanamuhla, sikhathazeke kakhulu njengeKwaZulu Natal ngoba ngokwembiko ekhona seqinisekisiwe ukuthi KwaZulu Natal isiphakathi kwe-third wave yalolu bhubhane lwe-COVID-19. Kumanje ngosuku sithola abantu abasha abahaqekile ababa ngaphezulu ka-3,000 ngosuku. Sithola ukuthi indawo eyihlanganisa abantu babe baningi yizo eyikhanda ukuthi kusabalaleke ngokusheshsha ukutheleleka kwabantu ngalolu bhubhane. Lokhu kusukela ekutheni indawo eyifana nalabo ekuluthwa khona uthola ukuthi abantu bayazitapela impahla kushiswe izinto ibe ingxenye yama-spreaders, ama-super spreaders. Okwesibili ukuhamba kwabantu besuka kwamanye ama-province beya kwamanye. Okwesithathu yilabo abama-restaurant nama-pubs asebenza kuze kube late. Kusiphatha kabi-ke nokuthi iy'kole nazo zibonakala zikhungatheka zihaqwa ilento ye-COVID-19. Iy'kole ngu-120 kumanje zi-affected, kanti uma sibala nje abafundi nothisha abawu-800 bahaqwe lesi sifo, u-95% abafundi kanti othisha ba-5%. Siyaqhubeka nokuthi simonithe ama-cases. Lapha KwaZulu Natal ama-cases are-active kumanje angu-40,703, kanti okubuhlungu ukuthi abantu esebedlulile emhlabeni bangu-12,535. Siyabonga nokho ukuthi abantu abangu-373,806 bakwazile ukurecover kulesi simo. Kusiphatha kabi ukuthi nezinga lokushona kwabantu liyalenyuka ngenxa yalesi sifo. Siyaqhuquzela ukuthi abantu bahambele izibhedlela uma bezwa ukuthi abaphilile kahle. Siyaqinisekisa futhi ukuthi imbhede ne-occupancy rate sisekahle kakhulu. Abantu uma bezwa ukuthi abaphilile ikhona imbhede iy'namba zikahle bangakwazi ukuthi bathole ukuthi basizakale ey'bhedlela. So sithi abantu uma bethola ukuthi abaphilile abasheshe baphuthume. Siyazi ukuthi i-first wave ne-second wave kwasiphatha kabi kakhulu la KwaZulu Natal. Yingakho-ke kumanje sesinohlelo lokubhekana ngqo nalesi simo sokunyuka nokungena kwi-third wave. Sesikhipheke ukuthi siqinisekise ukuthi ososayensi nabazi kabanzi ngokulwisana nalesi sifo babe yingxenye yokukwazi ukutholakala kuwo wonke ama-district ngokusheshsha. Sisebenzisana ngokubambisana ney'nhlangano ey'fana ne-World Health Organization, US Center for Disease Control kanye ne-National Department of Health esibabongayo ngosizo lwabo nokusilekelela. Asiqinisekise futhi abantu bakithi ukuthi i-oxygen ikhona ey'bhedlela and izinto ezithi mhlawumbe uhulumeni akekho esimeni sokudila nalesi simo hayi azilona iqiniso. Sisesimeni futhi sizokwazi ukuthi uma sibambisene siyiKwaZulu Natal sisinqobe lesi sifo. Siyagcizelela ke nokho ukuthi kubaleke kakhulu ukuthi sizivikele. Ukuyivikela kusasele khona ekuthini siqhubeke sisebenzise ukufaka ama-mask, siwashe izandla ngamanzi nensipho, silandele imiyalelo yokuthi siqhelelane uma siseyindaweni eziba nabantu abaningi. Ngiyafisa ukugcizelela ukuthi imbiko evela kwi-South African Health Product Regulatory Authority iyasiqinisekisa ukuthi imigomo ekhona yonke ayinabo ubungozi. Kwaba nama-report adluliselwa kuyo iSAFRA ukuthi kunama cases abantu abangu-2033 abashone ngenxa yalesifo. Kodwa uma sekuphenywa kwatholakala ukuthi bangu-29, kwaphenywa kulama cases awu-29 kwatholakala ukuthi ukudlula kwabantu laba abangu-29 kwangahlangene nokuthi babegomile. Sithi-ke sonke masibambisane masiphume siyogoma. Uma nje KwaZulu Natal igoma abantu abawu-30,000 ngosuku, kanti uma sizokwazi ukufinyelela kwi-target ka-31 March 2022 kudinga sigome okungenani abantu abangu-60,000. Siyacela-ke ukuthi wonke umuntu ongakagomi aye kogoma. Siyazibonga futhi siyazincoma izinhlelo zomnyango waka-health zokusebenzisana nabantu abangosaziwayo nalabo abangabaholi ukugqugquzela ukuthi kugome. Ngiyafisa ukugcina ngokubuyela odabeni lokuthi sonke masilandele imigomo. Okwenzekayo ey'ndaweni lezi zobumnandi, ama-restaurant nama-pub la uthola ukuthi kuyavulwa kuze kudlule 10 kumbe kuhlalwa ngendlela engahambisani nemigomo, akumukelekile futhi sizodila nakho ngendlela ezothanda ukuqina kakhulu. Asifisi ukuyibona sifinyelele esimeni la sophuca khona abantu ilicense zokuthi badayise okungakhanda kubuyisele emumva umnotho. Kodwa uma kuphoqa kuzofika lapho. Ingakho-ke sikhipha isixwayiso sithi bonke abantu abalandele imigomo ebekwe uhulumeni yokuthi silwisana kanjani nalesi sifo. Umgomo uclear, setshenzwa between 4 ekseni kuya ku-10. I-curfew ayilandelwe. Uma kungukuthi indawo ingaphakathi, abantu abangabi ngapheka 50 abakhona nakhona bakwazi ukushiyelana ibanga elifanele le-social distancing. But nangaphandle abantu abangabi bameningi iqhuku kumbe babe ngaphezulu ka-100. Sithi-ke kubo bonke abaphethe indawo eyidayisa ukudla neyidayisa iphuzo akulandelwe imigomo injalo. Asifisi ukuthi kuze kufinyelele esimeni sokuthi kube nabantu
bamashele inkantolo ephakeme yasemgungundlovu ngolwesihlanu abalandeli baloyo weyingoma engameli kwelengabathu nomzana uJacob Zuma okuhlanganisa ke inhlangano ke ezahlukahlukene esingabala kuzo ke South African Civil Organization, iSouth African Student Congress nophiko lwentsha ke ANC Youth League ngayo phela inhloso yokuzwakalisa ke unganami ngesinqumo ke sokuboshwa kukaZuma. Ukuzwa kabanzi ngalolu daba sikhulumisana nelunga ke lentsha le-ANC Youth League elingathandanga phela ukudalula linandisa ke indaba ze-Insimbi News kanje.
Saqala anonymous nxa ukuthi sivikela ukuphejwa in the national democratic revolution, in the mass democratic revolution. But here basically what is happening, namhlanje into eyenzakalayo ukuthi kuhlangene inhlangano ezihlukene ezilidwa abahlali abancane iSANCO, kuhlangene iSASCO inhlangano yabafundi ne-African National Congress Youth League. Sisuka e-Alexandra Park siya e-Pietermaritzburg High Court, where we are going to hand over a memorandum of freeing President Jacob Zuma against the unfair and the sentencing which is void of legal sense. Basically, that's what we are here, that's what we are doing. And it's precisely that. There is no looting, there is nothing else other than engaging in a peaceful march or demonstration to free President Jacob Zuma. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Tanda.
Mehlabela phambili samukela udaba lothi kumnyango wezamaciko amasiko kanye nezemidlalo ke esifundazweni sakwaZulu Natal ususungule umncintiswano obizwa ngeKZN Rising Competition okuhloswe ngawo ukugqugquzela kamaciko wakulesifundazwe ke nokuzama ukuletha ukuthula ke emva kwezibhelu ezicekele phansi kumnotho wakuleli. Umphathiswa walo mnyango unkosikazi uHlengiwe Mavimbela ekhuluma neziko leInsimbi News unabe kanje ngalo phela lolu daba.
iKZN Rising enye ye-initiative esiyithathile as government wakwaZulu Natal after the unrest that we had experienced in the past weeks. So we felt government ukuthi enye yento engasilekelela isibuyisele ndawonye ukuthi sisebenzele under one vision, one mission and have a poster esihlanganisa sonke. Then we understand ukuthi isimo esibhekene naso se-COVID senze ukuthi our artists abe ne-challenge in terms of putting bread on the table. So sacabanga ukuthi that will be the opportune time for them ukuthi akompete ukwenza the logo ezokwazi ukuthi isihlanganise thina sonke njengabantu besifundazwe, ikakhulukazi lezi indawo ezithintekile la khona sibone ukungahlalisani ngendlela eyiyona phakathi kwabantu besifundazwe sethu, salahlekelwa imphefumulo eminingi ikakhulukazi eindaweni zaseThekwini. Yes, nakwezinye izifunda bakhona balahlekile kodwa abalahleke babaningi kakhulu baseThekwini. Ngiyazi ukuthi impilo zabantu azibalwa ngobunamba nobuningi kodwa iqiniso lithi sibone inamba zenkulu kakhulu eThekwini. So ke yingakho sinale competition esifisa ukuthi bonke abantu abasha ababalelwa eminyakeni ewu18 kuya ku35 bayingenelele competition yethu ukuze sibone ukuthi umuphi ozoqhamuka nokusiconvince sonke uma amajaji esethathe isigqibo ukuze sibone ukuthi kusimelela sonke ukuthi sibuyisane njengabantu besifundazwe. Ngiyabonga.
Bawotha ungabasiwe abafundi kanye nabazali besikole iFuture High School esenkabeni yedolobha iTheku emva kokuthi ke uthishanhloko walesi sikole ke samabanga aphezulu ekhombe indlela othisha labafundi basala bedengwane. Lesikole ke amabanga aqala ka grade 10 aye ka grade 12 kube ukuthi ke abazali bakhokha imali ecele izinkulungwane ezingama21 ngonyaka kodwa lo thishanhloko ke akaqeqaqala kwalokho. Abazali bakhala nangokuthi ke babuye bakhokhe ngeziwe bekokheleke abalaleli babafundisi ke ba grade 12 ukuze abafundi betholeke izifundo ezingeziwe.
I'm cool and fat.
Mengiphethe ke lezi ndaba silunguza ke izinombolo zakamuva ke ze-COVID-19 kusona phela lesifundazwe. Ama-positive cases angu-427,908, ama-active cases angu-40,703, kanti ngama-recoveries okusho ukuthi abantu asebeluleme ke bangu-373,806. Mesibheka abantu asebedlule emhlabeni ke bangu-12,535, kanti ama-new cases ingango-3,445. Mesibheka ke ngezifunda ke siqala khona ke lapha ku-Ugu district ama-confirmed cases angu-20,936 kusasebedluleke emhlabeni babe ngu-703, kanti asebeluleme sona lesi sifo bangu-18,629. Mesibheka lapha eThekwini ke ungisifundazwe ke esinabantu abaningi kade behaqwa i-COVID-19. Mesibheka ama-confirmed cases angu-195,156 kuthi abadlule emhlabeni ke bangu-4,300 137 kanti-ke asebeluleme kulesi sifo bangu-175,063. Mesibheka-ke lapha eHerigwala district ama-confirmed cases wona-ke angu-9,610 kuthi-ke asebedlule emhlabeni babengu-442 kanti-ke asebeluleme bakwethu-ke bangu-8,195. Mesiphetha-ke siphetha ngomgungundlovu district bangu-51,115 ama-confirmed cases kanti abadlule emhlabeni bangu-1,934 kuthi asebeluleme kulesi sifo-ke babeke ngu-41,835. Bakwethu-ke niyazi ukuthi ukwanda kwaliwa umthakathi. Mina-ke u-Andiswa Mchunu ngivumeleni phela ngithi khumu nisale kahle.
Siqwala izintaba siwele imifula seqe imingcele sithungatha izindaba ezihlabahlosile eyinoju eyinomsoco.